Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for FENIX360, and I'm blessed to be joined today by the actor and comedian Jason Ritchie. Hey, Jason, how you doing, man?
Hey, John, how you doing today, man? Thanks for having me.
Hey, you're welcome, man. It's great to see you. Thanks for being with me. And listen, I would love to tune in to share some of your work with our audience if we can, Jason. I'd love to tune in to your trailer for Fist of the Wasteland. Sound good?
Yeah, yes, please. Well, y'all check this out. Y'all gonna like this one.
I love it. Okay, Jason Ritchie with Fist of the Wasteland.
In the future, to survive is to fight. Our world has crumbled into oblivion. Chaos reigns over an apocalyptic hellscape.
I think you should get out of here right now, before it gets more dangerous.
You are the only chance that we have.
Starring Lance Allen on a deadly quest to save humanity. A new adventure from champions of the cosmos. Fist of the Wasteland.
Jason, great, man. Great to share with our audience. Thanks, bud. Hey, listen, can you tell me now, where are you from and how'd you get involved in acting comedian?
Well, I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. That's where I started off at. And I started off like just doing sketch comedy and improv. I met one of my best friends, Lance Allen, another comedian, and we just started making sketch comedy like tapes on VHS. And then we would have screening parties with people from our high school to screen the content. And then from there, it evolved. We kept doing it until there were DVDs. And then we were old enough, because I was like 16 when I started doing this, 15, 16 when I started doing this. And so I wasn't even old enough to get in a comedy club. So we were sneaking into comedy clubs, and then we gave, I think B. Cole was one of the comedians, and then Lil Rel Howery, very famous now, gave him one of our sketch comedy DVDs. He took it to D. Ray Davis's barbecue, very famous now. And then from there, like, people started understanding that we were actually kind of validated.
Legit.
Yeah, but we were too young. Again, we were too young to do stand-up comedy in these places. We were sneaking in, so they would have people like, he can't, make sure he don't drink. Like, we have babysitters. Like, no, we just want to do stand-up. So that's kind of, it started from sketch comedy, and I would go to Second City. I took classes at Second City. I studied theater studies at DePaul University in Chicago. And then from there, I was on the scene. That's why I started out doing comedy. And then I moved to Los Angeles for about 3 or 4 years, and was doing some work with CBS, and I was doing stand-up out there and on that scene out there. And then I got a scholarship to Upright Citizens Brigade. And like I said, I was getting work from CBS cast, and they were like, that whole CBS diversity showcase is what like really plugged me into the scene in Hollywood. Also on top of just like knowing other comedians through the stand-up scene out there. So it's been a wild ride. I was almost on a Living Color when they were bringing that back. But
no kidding, man.
Yeah,
listen, of course, In Living Color comes to mind when you talk about, like, sketch comedy, and and you and your friends, like, just doing this. I know you were inspired by some of that, so that you started doing your own bits, and then look how your progression has been incredible, Jason. And listen, think about you're sneaking into the comedy. It reminds me of sneaking into the movies from Hollywood Shuffle. Sneaking into the movies, man. You can do a whole bit on that, to take off on that parody. You know what I mean? But
I don't know why they didn't even register in my head. I love Hollywood shows.
Of course, that's the greatest film.
Robert Townsend, genius, man.
A genius, absolutely, man. So I'm so glad, and I love to hear also the success you had out in LA and Chicago. What a place for comedy. I mean, that's where it was born, and there's so much competition also among, because there's so much comedic talent there. It's amazing.
For sure. It's a boatload. And the funny thing too is, like, when I started doing comedy, the scene was there weren't a lot of places like stand-up comedy clubs there. Like when I moved to LA is when they started having like the Laugh Factory and the comedy what is it called, the Comedy Bar. And a lot more comedy venues started popping up because Chicago was always known for like stage and theater and improv.
Right.
So the comedy scene had blossomed a lot, like significantly in the last 10 to 15 years, but the comedians were always there. The funny was always there. It's just people didn't know that were there. They're outside of like Bernie Macs and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the really low. Yep, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so he was a tribute to like the struggle that a lot of those Chicago comedians had to go through, like doing comedy on the train and stuff like that, or wherever you could do it at. So
right,
here we are. It's more accessible.
I gotta tell you what, I think the comedians are the most brilliant because making people laugh it's such a gift, and it's such a gift to receive when you feel that expression of joy. And they come up with these bits that are so relatable because it's everyday life, and we laugh at ourselves for the precarious positions we get in. The comedies bring to light, comedians bring to light. And so I appreciate your craft so much, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, and the writing too, buddy, that's also brilliant, the writing that goes into comedy. So I acknowledge that as well. Now, listen, what are you working on now, Jason? What's coming up for you?
Actually, well, things are opening back up, I'm starting to do a lot more stand-up comedy shows, traveling on the road, so doing some road shows and touring again. Nice. And then I'm producing a show here in Indianapolis. I want it to become a monthly show, and so I'm starting to move more into producing shows. I'm going to produce a show in Dallas, Texas, and then I want to produce another show in Chicago. So I'm trying to start producing a flurry of shows, and actually we're writing a series always, and we have movies that we want to pitch when the opportunity arises. So I'm always looking for an avenue to pitch TV shows and movies because I have them on hand, but so far just touring and starting to film more sketches. And the website is coming soon. So
that is excellent.
Yeah, so that's so far. And then and even music, like I make silly music, so you can see that on my YouTube page as well. So and real music if you like it. But it gets a good response for some reason. I just do it for fun because it just I don't know, just something.
That's why it gets a good response. It's because you are doing it for fun, man.
People like it. Yeah, people like it. I'm gonna get
people can read that and they think it's fun too, man. So that's cool. So that's your YouTube channel, but how about your other social channels? What else you got?
Twitter. I'm Go Jason R on all social media.
Go Jason R. Yeah, right on.
Go Jason R on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it.
All right, cool, man. And listen, you can also find Jason R on FENIX360. So let's post your social media channels below our interview, Jason, and we'll look forward to people connecting with you. And listen, man, I really appreciate connecting with you today.
Thank you, John.
Yeah,
I appreciate you having me, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure's mine too. Take care, man. Be well.
You too.
Hi, I'm Christian Bacon.
And I'm Kevin Slater. At the law offices of Bacon and Slater, we specialize in all types of twerkers' compensation claims.
So if you, or a loved one, has suffered from butt injury,
Hey!
neck injury, back injury, let Bacon and Slater represent you.
If a female has ever thrust her backside into your genital vicinity, you may be entitled to a twerker's compensation claim. You deserve better. Call us now at 555-TURN-DOWN.
That's 555.
Turn the hell down.